Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about objects in Java. In Java, classes are like blueprints which had some attributes and methods declared inside one class. But while creating one object, that is the implementation of that class, and the objects often refer to some real world elements. Like an example, while creating one class box with the attributes like length, breadth and height, and one method volume to calculate the volume of that box. So here the class, this is one prototype. It defines some attribute like length, breadth and height, and one method to calculate the volume. But the class itself does not refer to one real world object. But while creating one object like box b1 equal new box, then the box b1 refer to some real world box which has its length, its breadth and its height. So we can set the length of the b1 object by the dot operator. We can write b1 dot length and we can assign one value. Similarly, we can write b1 dot breadth and we can assign it some value, and also we can write b1 dot height and we can assign some value to it. And then we can call the volume method like b1 dot volume, and we can calculate the volume of that box. Similarly, we can create another box object b2. Also the object b2 will refer to some separate real world element which has its own length, own breadth and own height, and also we can calculate volume for that box too. So in Java, classes are like blueprint or prototype where we declare the attributes and methods, but the objects are the implementation of that class which refer to some real world object. So now we're going to do an example program and try to understand the basics of objects in Java. So first of all, we're going to create one class box, and this will have the attributes length, breadth and height. Then I'm going to create one method called volume, and this will print the volume of that object onto the console. And then I'm going to create the main method public static void main, and inside the main method I'm going to create the box object b1. So I'm going to write box b1 equal new box, and this will create one object b1. And then I'm going to use the object b1 and access the attributes. So I'm going to write b1 dot l, and I'm going to set the value, some random value like 2, and then I'm going to write b1 dot b, and I'm going to set the breadth to the number 3, and then I'm going to set the height of that box to 4, and then I'm going to write b1 dot volume, and this will print the volume of that object b1 onto the console. So I'm going to save the program. Now I'm going to compile and run the program. So it printed volume is 24, and that's right, because if we multiply length, breadth and height, this is 24. So first of all, we have created one class called box which has the attributes length, breadth and height, and also has one method called volume which will print the volume of that box onto the console. Then inside the main method we have created one box object b1, and then we have set some value to the attributes of that box object, and we have write b1 dot l and set the value 2. Similarly, we have set the breadth and height of the box, and then we have called the volume method, and this will print the volume of that box onto the console. So this is the way we can create objects in Java, and we can access the attributes and methods of that object. So hope you understand the concept. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.